Alright, so if you're listening to this video, then you should have this division paper in front of you. And if you notice by scanning the top and the bottom, there are 9 problems on here. And you're going to earn some extra points for doing some things in this video. So you need to make sure that you listen to the video the entire way. So the first thing that I want you to do is put your name on it at the top, because I'm getting a lot of papers without a name. So you're not going to write my name, you're going to write your name, but I'm going to write my name at the top. You write your name and today's date. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and call this number 1, number 2, and number 3. But that's not where we're going to start today. Today, I'm choosing to do this problem. It's on the second row. It's the very first problem of the second row. So if you're with me in this video, then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to put a star right here so that we know that we're starting in this location. And on your notebook paper, so that we have some lines, we're going to go ahead and write this problem out. So we have 8,786, and we're dividing that by the number 92. Now 92 is a very large number. It is also a 2-digit divisor, which can be a little intimidating for us. Because if we go back to our algorithm and we think about how many groups of 92 are in 8, well, we know that that is 0. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 0 here. Oops. And if we think about, well, how many groups of 92 are in 87, we also know that that is 0. But if I uncover and I think about how many groups of 92 are in 878, that is where it gets very unfamiliar for me, because I don't know my 92s, and I don't know a lot of people who do know their 92s. So when we have a 2-digit divisor and we're dividing with very large dividends, what we want to do is make a top-bottom chart. So over to the side, I want you to make a T-chart. We're going to call the left the T for the top number and the right B for the bottom number. And on the left-hand side, we're going to count by, we're just going to go 1 through 9, because these are the possible numbers that could appear in my quotient on the top. Over here on the right side, we're going to count by 92s. And so we're thinking about those numbers here. So one group of 92 is obviously 92. That's pretty easy. 2 groups of 92, well, that gets a little more tricky because now we're doubling. And for those of you who don't know how to double quickly in your head, then what you can do is just go over here to the side and say 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 9 is 18. So that gives me 184 over here. That's why we need this piece of paper, because we're going to have some scratch work over here. 92 groups of 3 is 6, and this is 27. So I'm getting 276 here. 92 groups of 4 is 8 and 36. So we have 368. If we have 92 groups of 5, that's 10. And 45 plus 1 is 460. 460. And I'm also going to glance over here. That's not near enough. So I'm going to keep going. Sometimes when I glance over here, I can say, oh, I can stop now. But I'm not even close enough with 878. So I'm going to keep going. 92 groups of 6 would be 12, 54, 55. So that would be 552. And 92 groups of 7 would be 14, 63 plus 1 would be 64. 644. 92 groups of 8 would give me 16. 72 plus 1 is 73. So 736. And then finally 92 groups of 9 is going to give me 18. 81 plus 1 is 82. So it looks like I'm going to have to go all the way to the number 9. So I'm going to put that number 9 up here. And 9 groups of 92 we just said was 828. So I'm going to write that down. And then I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. 7 minus 2 is 5. 8 minus 8 is 0. So it looks like I have a difference of 50, which is lower than 92. So the next thing that I'd want to do is bring down the number 6, because it's the next in the lineup. And I want to get as close as I possibly can to 506. So I'm going to go over here, scanning, 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 506. 552 is too much, so I'm going to have to go back over to the number 5. I'm going to put a 5 at the top. And 5 groups of 92 is 460. So I'm going to subtract that, and that gives me 6. 0 minus 6 cannot do. Got to go over and get some more. Bring over a group of 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay? So now I have a remainder of 46. But remember, in 5th grade we don't get remainders anymore. So the process for that is to add a decimal, add a 0, pop up the decimal, drop the 0. A couple of little steps, but very important steps. Because if you don't do those things, then you're likely to get the wrong answer. So when we bring down our 0, we have a new number of 460. And right next door, look, we have 5 groups. So I'm going to put 5 at the top. 5 times 92 is 460. And we get a remainder of 0. All right, so it looks like my answer is 95.5 or 95 and 5/10. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do some quick checking. 95.5, and we're going to multiply that by 92 because this then allows us to check our work and it practices our multiplication skills. So we're going to start with everything being multiplied by 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. 2 times 9 is 18 plus 1 is 19. Cross those numbers out, put down your 0, and now we're going to multiply by the number 9. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 5 is 45 plus 4 gives me 49. And 9 times 9 is 81 plus 4 gives me 85. Now I take these two partial products and add them together. 0, 6, 18, 7, 8. Now I've got to bump my decimal over one place value. So my decimal is technically here at the end. I'm going to bump it over and I get 8,786, which is exactly what we started with. So I know that my answer is correct. I'm going to go back over to my answer document. I'm going to write my answer up here at the top so it's easy for checking. And now, since we're done, we're going to go ahead and add a second star. Then I know that you have listened to the entire video. There should be 2 stars by your work. All right, stay tuned for the next problem. You will hear Mrs. Cartwright for that next problem.